So
Uh-huh.
first of all, welcome to the first day of our Selenium training. Okay. Well, to learn Selenium, it requires 2 weeks.
Okay.
Just just hold for a minute.
Okay.
Actually, there is a bit misunderstanding between me and Ashish that I think he said to me that you are coming on at 7:30 p.m. Then there is some misunderstanding.
Oh, okay.
Okay, okay.
Okay. No
Just
problem.
give me 1 minute. Just give me 1 minute.
Okay. Sure. Sure. No problem.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah. Hi.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry for the disturbance.
No problem.
Okay, okay. So you are in this industry from the past, in maybe 5 years, 3 years.
Yeah, you can make it as 8 years.
You are in this industry from the 8 years.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start. Now we will going in a very systematic manner and covering each and every aspect of the Selenium.
Okay.
Now, don't worry about your knowledge. Don't worry about your knowledge regarding Selenium, as we will cover each and every topic in a systematic manner. We
Okay.
will learn C sharp, we will learn Selenium and cover each and every aspect of Selenium. Now,
Okay.
to learn Selenium, we have actually got three phases. First of all, you need to understand C sharp.
Uh-huh.
You need to learn C sharp. Then next, you need to learn Selenium.
Uh-huh.
You must have a knowledge of a WebDriver, Jenkins, Grid Jenkins, and lots of other things.
Okay.
Okay. Now, which will actually learn while learning Selenium.
Uh-huh.
Okay. As I will be teaching you each and every topic in detail, so please don't be afraid of these words.
Okay.
Okay. So, and in the end, you must have the knowledge to learn, and say to learn and how to build framework
Okay.
and to end-to-end framework. And there are various types of framework that are available to us by Selenium, and we will be discussing all of them one by one.
Okay.
Now, before we actually jump onto the training, let us take a few questions which are being asked by many people. Okay, so you can say, First question is that what is Selenium? Can you can you tell me that what is Selenium?
An open source automation tool where we can
Okay,
recognize the objects, to
okay,
identify the to identify the objects and perform the actions.
okay. Just go to. We are going to the official website selenium.dev, and it says Selenium automates browsers. That's it. This is the simplest definition of Selenium.
Okay.
Selenium automates browsers. Selenium is used for automating web-based application. And second question interview can ask you that can Selenium be used for desktop application?
I think one of the thing is like, but no, I think so. More the web.
The answer is no. Selenium is not at all used for desktop application. Okay, so this is the simplest definition, but it's a very important question that Selenium can use for desktop application or not. The answer is no. It cannot be used for desktop application. Okay. Now, as far as browsers are concerned, it supports all browsers. You can say Edge, Firefox, Chrome, Opera,
Okay.
Safari, any browser. But as a tester, you must have a knowledge of any programming language to learn Selenium. And in our case, it is C Sharp.
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
So how is the I mean C sharp is good enough, right, to understand the market outside,
yeah,
or it's
C,
specific to only Java?
no, no, no. In my opinion, C Sharp is better.
Okay.
Not as think I am a tutor of C sharp, that's why I'm saying C sharp.
Okay.
No.
No, no.
See, I I I also taught Java. I also
Mm-hmm.
taught you can say Python. But in my
Mm-hmm.
opinion, because C sharp is of Microsoft,
Yes.
okay, it will never die.
Oh yeah.
Microsoft will never let it die.
Yeah.
So nowadays there is a demand of Selenium C sharp nowadays.
Okay.
And
Great.
there is low demand of you can say Selenium with Java because I'm in
Okay.
this industry from the past 15 years. So I know 15 to 16 years you can say. So I know that there is low demand right now of Selenium with Java or you can say Selenium with Python. Right now there is a demand of Selenium C Sharp.
Okay. Great.
Okay. So in our training, if we go to our website and go for our course module, these are the things which we going to cover.
Okay.
Okay. We will cover all these modules. Okay,
Okay.
which cover each and every aspect of Selenium. I simply say that the Selenium training will give you an overview about all the topics which are required in order to learn
Yeah.
Selenium WebDriver.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
all topics will be covered in this. Okay,
Okay.
so now the next question is, will you cover some live projects and frameworks? Okay,
Uh-huh.
well, live project is basically a framework, and we will
Yes.
cover all the frameworks in the coming training. It will
Okay.
be an end-to-end implementation on a live application. You will know how to generate reports, how to email the reports, how to how to add screenshots in the project, how to run test cases on Grid, how to implement your test cases on Jenkins
Okay.
server. Everything will be discussed.
Yeah, yeah. Even I'm like expecting the same thing. So mostly I
Okay?
need a live project with the frameworks. So
Yeah, it
good
will
to
be covered. Don't worry. Because it is in the course module.
okay. Okay.
These frameworks are there.
Okay.
Okay. Now the next question is that's why I didn't jump onto the training first. I just want these questions to be covered first because everybody has its own question, their own questions. That's why I'm covering this part as well. Okay.
Okay.
Now, next question is, I want to use Selenium in my project. Can you help?
Yeah.
The answer is yes. We will be helping out you in your project. We have a team here which can help you. Also, if you see over here that if I log into this, I will say we have a query resolution form here, okay, where you can put your ask, click on ask a question where you can put your questions and our team will revert back.
Okay.
Okay, so so
Like a
and you can
forum.
see, yeah, how much C sharp required. Okay, In our first part of the training,
Uh-huh.
see over here, if I go to how much C sharp is required, like in our first part of training, can say till this module, this
Mm-hmm.
all modules covering C sharp or OOPS.
Okay.
Mostly people which are coming to us to learn Selenium doesn't know C sharp. They are coming
Okay.
from manual background. So don't worry, you will learn C sharp with Selenium.
Okay.
Many people think that they know Selenium, but actually they doesn't know much about Selenium. You have
Yeah.
to know C sharp or any other programming language to learn Selenium WebDriver. You will have to give some time in order to learn Selenium.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, next question is, I want to learn Selenium and clear interviews. Well, to learn Selenium, it required 2 weeks. But if you want to learn professionally and build a project by yourself, it will take around 6 to 8 weeks. It takes time. And
Okay.
after full training, you will learn Selenium, but it will take time. Okay, we will give you lots of practical exercises for C sharp and Selenium that is going to help you a lot for learning C sharp and Selenium.
Okay.
Okay, now how tough is Selenium? It is very easy, but it requires time. You planted a plant today and also you want fruit same day, it can't be done. Okay, so it requires time. Now, how much time required to learn Selenium? I already told you that it will require some time in order to have a brief knowledge of Selenium to clear interviews. The same way this picture show that it will take time, but if you complete the training, then only you can achieve it. Okay. Now coming to install Visual Studio. Okay, you have installed Visual Studio in your
Yeah.
system.
Yeah.
Okay, that's I think so community version, the latest
I
one.
think I don't know which version, but it's in my office. Visual Studio 2019, I think I have installed.
We are going to do it in Visual Studio 2022.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so this is their official website, visualstudio.microsoft.com, and go for, can say, community version.
Community one. Okay. I'll try to install.
This is the version that, oh, this is free of cost.
Oh,
You
okay.
don't
Okay.
you don't require any money for this, and
Okay.
it is an open source IDE.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so my question to you is that I am saying that IDE. You know the full form of IDE?
I think desktop enterprise.
Pardon?
Desktop enterprise?
No, no, IDE.
Not. Oh.
IDE. I for India, D for Delhi, E for elephant.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Visual
No.
Studio, I'm saying that it is an open source IDE.
Uh-huh.
So
I'm
can
I'm
you?
I'm expecting it's a desktop environment.
No, 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 no.
Okay.
Here
Okay.
you see
Fine.
where my cursor is. It is says IDE and
Yeah.
code
Yeah.
editor for software
Yeah. Yeah.
developers.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I see that.
the full form of IDE is Integrated Development Environment.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, this is also a very good interview question, that basic question that you are doing Visual Studio IDE. So what is the full form of IDE? It is
Yeah.
a Integrated Development Environment.
Okay.
Okay, and this is an open source IDE that
Mm-hmm.
can be used by you in order to learn C sharp,
Okay.
and this is more than enough for the testing point of view.
Okay.
Okay, so I have already installed in my computer, so I will not install it again.
No. Okay.
Okay, I will just say this is the latest version of Visual Studio 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I will go and create a new project. Here I will going for console app, and when I going for the console, you see over here that says C Sharp, Linux, Mac OS,
Yeah.
Windows console. So I will just go for the simple project, the console app, and name it as my first project.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, or you can name it as module one as per your like, and
Okay.
click on next. Then there is the .NET
Yeah. Framework.
8.0 long-term support. Okay, I have 6, 7, but I will go for the latest, which is 8.0. and I will create my project. Okay. Now, see, this is my project looks like. Okay. No, right now, I'm not telling you how to write a code for Selenium.
Okay.
What I'm teaching you is C sharp.
Okay.
First of all, what is C sharp? Basic concepts of C sharp, roots of C sharp, so that it will become easy for you to write Selenium code in C sharp.
Okay.
Okay. Now, see over here that this is my overview of my project. Whenever I make the project, this program.cs file will make it by default.
Okay.
Okay. Now you see that here are the you can see dependencies, analyzes. You just don't go here. Just you have to concentrate over here. Like this is can say the overview of my class. This is program.cs and by .cs it clearly says that C sharp. The extension is
Okay.
CS that clearly says C sharp.
Okay.
Okay. Now the question is, you can say next question that why this is a thing, why we need to learn n unit, why n unit is required while we talk about Selenium with C sharp. You have knowledge of n unit? Have you heard about n unit?
Yeah, I heard about, but I can't describe. But I added to the N new jet to I mean connect the selenium over there.
Okay, no worry. Uh, suppose, suppose yeah, when we work on Selenium project,
Uh-huh.
what are the requirements? What are the basic requirements? Okay, requirements are can say you have to read data from your Excel file, XML file, any file. Okay, I will say read data from Excel file, XML file, or anything, any file.
Okay.
Okay, maybe you need to generate reports. You need to generate reports. Okay, now or any other report, like you can say HTML report, accessibility report, or can
Mm-hmm.
be any other reports. Now you again you want to create screenshots. Okay? Again you want to create screenshots. Okay, and you want to generate logs as well.
Okay.
Okay, you want to generate logs as well. So what are logs? If I ask you that,
Okay. Maybe it's like a I mean like how can I explain you? It will give the output, man, how it went through and everything. Like it's generating the log
yeah,
like that.
suppose you want to know that what happened at
Yeah.
what time.
What time? Yeah, true. Yeah.
Okay, so every moment, each and every moment, what type of
It's
thing is happening
captured.
in, yeah, maybe it says that at 7 p.m. The code goes to this URL, then at 7:01 p.m. am, then my code generate a report. So these are logs where you can
Okay.
write anything that you want to, that what type of thing is happen at what time.
Okay.
Okay, now when we talk about Selenium, actually, we are talking about writing scripts. It can
Okay.
be script one, it can be script two, it can be script three, it can be script four. Okay. Now,
Uh-huh.
say script one, script two, script three, script four. N- Now, just writing Selenium scripts which will run one after the another or just run parallelly will not serve the process. That is why we learn n unit for that to
Okay.
organize the stuff. can see over here that n unit is like a controlling unit. It is the brain of our framework. This is n unit. So it will, you can say, read the data from XML, Excel, and then it will guide that which script it wants to run.
Execute. Okay.
This one, this one, this one, and again it will generate reports, taking the screenshots and generate logs as well. So n unit is an brain of your framework.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the definition of n unit. That n unit will control your framework. It's a brain of framework. It's very important to learn n unit, but you cannot learn n unit like that. For this,
Okay.
you have to learn C sharp.
Okay.
Okay, so uh, as see over here in my project, I have already told you that .cs means C sharp.
Tisha. Yeah.
Okay, now I can add my own class, like my right click on my project name, then here
Mm-hmm.
the item, maybe this, I can go click on this class, or
Mm-hmm.
I can go for new item, and their class is there. It
Yeah.
has also these components which we'll be discussing in the coming classes.
Okay.
Okay, now you see over here that class name does not contain space.
Yeah.
Okay, now I will cancel it. Now this private static void. So what is this? This is, you can say, controls come here for the first time. Whenever I run
Okay.
the project, the control will always go for the main. It
Okay.
will always come first here. Now, by this method, you can say I'm learning C sharp
Mm-hmm.
with Selenium.
Okay.
Okay. Now, suppose I'm running my project.
Mm-hmm.
Now the console window will open. Now you see it is printing learning C sharp with Selenium.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you see over here that it so much thing is written over here.
So.
Okay. To avoid this, we always go for console dot read key. Now you see it is giving me help. Now
Mm-hmm.
I'm not print each and every word. I'm just
Yeah.
pressing tab,
Mm-hmm.
then it will
It will execute. Yeah.
automatically execute.
Yeah.
Okay. Now C sharp is case sensitive. Remember this. This is
Okay.
a very basic question the interview can ask you, that
Mm-hmm.
C sharp is case sensitive or not. The answer is C sharp is case sensitive. Yes, it is case sensitive. I
Okay.
cannot go for this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
So this, so in right, you can say very good question. Now suppose if I write console dot write, and I will say in main method. Okay. Now suppose if I execute my code again, you
Okay.
see in main method,
Actually.
then
Yeah.
it, now suppose if I delete this and paste it over here.
Yeah. It will be in the second line. Yeah.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Okay. So, and you can clearly see over here, if I hover over my
Mm-hmm.
this, write the specific string line value followed by the current line terminator.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And when I hover over write the specific string value to the standard output stream. Okay,
Okay.
you see over here that followed by the current line terminator.
Got
Okay,
it.
so this is the difference between right line and right.
And right.
Okay, now if you know about the breakpoints,
Yeah, I mean to execute the, I mean to understand the what execution happening over there, right?
yeah,
The
so
specific line.
yeah, I can simply put breakpoint over here, or you can see over here. Now, if I run my code, then it will stop here.
Uh-huh, uh-huh,
If I want to see my code line by line,
uh-huh.
I will press F10.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you see over here that it has print this one. Now, when I press again F10, you see over here that it will print main method.
Okay.
Okay. So you now this is only three lines. Suppose my code becomes bigger and it takes around 100 to 500 or 1000 lines, and I don't know what type of coding is going on there and what type of functionality is there. So I can put breakpoints, and I can put as many breakpoints as I want.
You can. Yeah.
Okay, so this is a good part that Visual Studio has given to us, that about breakpoints. So
Okay.
now suppose if I run my project again, so my code stops here. Now I want to execute it completely.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I will press F5. Now it will go complete. Or one thing more, suppose if I put breakpoint over here and again I run my code, and again if I press F5, it will stop at the next breakpoint.
Okay.
It will not go line by line.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is known as debug mode. Again, very good interview question. You can say write points over here, write debug mode. The execution of the code will stop on this line, and then it will jump onto the next line one by one. And then you can even put more than one breakpoint as well. So what
Okay.
is the advantage of debugging? Suppose in a project when you have got some errors and you don't know where is that error
Right.
coming from,
Yeah.
that way that you can put breakpoints. I will tell you that if I got error, suppose there are 10 lines of code.
Uh-huh.
I'm just giving some small example. I will I will also tell you that how to discover error, that at which part of line your error is coming. I will uh, tell you this thing, that how to uh, get your error. Okay. Now, if I say I will just write a small program. I'm just writing a small program. Uh, I say just first, and this way you can delete your breakpoints.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if I say suppose, uh, so you know about conditional operators.
Yeah. Maybe I
Okay.
can like I know the if and else and switch things.
Okay. Conditional operators. If I say is like greater than, smaller than, greater than, equal to, less
Uh-huh.
than, equal to,
Equal to.
and last one is equal to. So these are conditional operators. So
Okay. Okay.
let's take example for that. If I say um, here I will int, int is a data type. We all know int x equal to suppose 100,
Mm-hmm.
then int y equal to 200, then int z equal to 300. Now, if I write if x is greater than y and y is greater than z, Then I will print console dot write line and I will say x is greater.
Okay.
Okay, this is a simple, or you can say else if y is greater than z, I will say y is greater, or you can say else
That is
z, z is greater, which is automatically it will come if z is greater. Okay, right now if I run my code, I know that this will write a line that z is greater.
yeah.
Okay, now suppose what what will I do? Here it says x is greater than y and y is greater than z. Okay, now suppose if I say it to be 350. Okay, now what will happen?
It will throw an error. It won't execute anything, I think.
Uh, Suppose if I run this,
Uh-huh.
nothing is written over here.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, because it didn't satisfy any condition. Okay, now suppose if I
Or
use this one, or you can say now what
e-
will happen?
X is greater.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
X is greater.
Again it will did print some nothing. Oh, sorry, it is print over.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry. Uh-huh.
I will say just, and again I will run my code. Now say x is greater. Okay, I have to. So now suppose if I go for this uh, and okay,
Uh-huh.
now nothing will happen.
True.
But if I say x is greater than z, so now what will happen?
Don't execute, I think so. The first condition is not act.
Okay, so just let's start our code. Now you see it is printing again x is greater. So because I have put or condition,
Oh,
so
yeah.
it will say that either of the condition is true, then it will go in this.
This, yeah.
Okay, so you have to be very careful in using, you can say x and y. Okay, now if I say okay, suppose now we will discuss about the data types.
Okay.
Okay, now if I want to store decimal value,
Mm-hmm.
so how can I store? I cannot store int, you can say
Integer.
int one thing you can say t equal
Uh-huh.
to 5.6. It will give me error.
Yeah.
So how can I store decimal values? You know,
Maybe it's in a float, but I don't know. Just here is just a string. This
you
double.
double.
Okay.
Okay? If you do it in the string, then it will not act as, suppose you can give it as a string.
Uh-huh.
You have to put double quotes.
Double quotes because it will become a word, I think.
then it will become a word, as you say.
Yeah,
So it will not add up.
yeah, yeah. Got
Okay, so you have to be very careful when you are using this.
you. Okay,
Now, again, I say this is double. Now, there is one more data type, or you can say, which is char.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, char q equal to, can say, mm, you can store only single character in this.
Okay,
If I store one more character, then it will give an error.
okay,
Okay, so you can store only one character inside char. Now there is one more data type which is known as bool.
okay,
Okay, bool, name it as well, and it can be false or it can be true. Okay, but it cannot be blank.
okay.
Okay, either it has to be true, either it has to be false. So for true and false, we will use character bool.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Now there is one more, can say, data type which is string. Okay. String, and name it as test, and give any value, you can give it test. Now if I say string here and name it as test1, and again test1. Now what is the difference between this string with small s and this string with capital S?
Yeah.
You know what is
No,
the
I'm not.
difference?
No, no, I don't know the
So
difference.
this is your exercise.
Okay.
Okay, you have to tell me, yes, tomorrow, that
Uh-huh.
what is the difference between string with small s and string with capital S?
Okay.
Okay, so just hold for 1 minute. Pardon me for 1 second, 5 seconds.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, till now, I uh, I have discussed about, you can say, data types, conditional operators, installing Visual Studio. Okay,
Uh-huh.
so and you have exercise. Now this is your exercise. You have to tell me difference between string with small s and string with capital S. Okay, so this is your exercise, and
Uh-huh.
when we cover about this, then I will give you more knowledge on string.
Okay.
Okay, so let's move to some more advanced topics, that is loops, arrays, and function.
Okay.
Okay, now uh, first we move to our first topic is concatenation operator. Okay,
Mhm.
so I will add a new class
Uh-huh.
and I will say concatenation study. And one more thing,
Uh-huh.
like I'm here giving my class name concatenation study.
Uh-huh.
So never write technical word, like you can
Okay.
say string, you can say int, integer, double, char. just write a one more keyword with that keyword.
Okay.
Otherwise, it will give you an error and you didn't know that what type of error will come. And you
Okay.
will never find out that why this error is coming.
Okay.
Okay, because in my experience, from my experience, you can say that I have can say uh, seeing these types of difficulty. So that's why I'm telling everybody that please apply one more keyword when you going with the technical. This concatenation is a technical word. Then I will just say study.
Okay.
Okay, okay. So now this is my another class. So I will add my main method to it because I know that control comes here for the first time.
Okay.
Okay. Now I will say mm, there is one string x equal to say selenium and one string which is y and it says training. So
Okay.
okay. Now if I write console dot write line x plus y and then I will write as console dot read key. Okay, now when I run this, it will give me an error.
Uh-huh.
You see, and if I click on this, now you see program has more than one entry point defined. Now there
Yeah.
is main method is over here, and
And it,
again
yeah.
main method is over here. So for this, for solving this, I will right click on my project and go to properties and here you see startup object and
Mhm.
set my concatenation study class as my startup object. Okay, and when I make this as startup object selected, then always close this window,
Okay.
always close this tab. Okay, now if I run my say code, now you will see it will print Selenium training.
Okay. Good.
So my error is gone that there are two entry points. Now I have tell my project to name make this class as startup class. It's a
Okay.
startup object. Now here you see plus sign act as concatenation operator. It is used for concatenation the strings.
Strings.
Okay. Now you see that it will print Selenium training in single line as Selenium and training are two different words.
Yeah.
Okay. Assigned to two different variables, but it is being printed in one single line because
One
we are
single.
concatenating the two strings. Okay. Now we take one more example and write as int a equal to 100 and int b can say equal to 300. Okay. Now if I write console dot write line a plus b, then the I know that
Will add it.
answer will be 300.
Yeah. 400. Yeah.
400, sorry, 300, yeah, 400. Okay, because it automatically concatenates the two integers.
Integers. Yeah.
Okay, now suppose if I write like now, what will be the output of this one?
I think maybe there is a two choices like 400 with the Selenium Training or it will throw an error.
And no error will come. You will see
Okay,
that
fine.
no error will come, but
Uh,
it will print 400 Selenium training.
Selenium Training. Okay.
Okay. Now, if I say console.writeLine x plus y plus a plus b. Now, what will happen?
Selenium Training 400.
Okay, so suppose I run my project Selenium training
Oh,
100 300.
that's it. Okay, maybe it started with.
Okay, now what happens? I will tell you.
Uh-huh.
Now, in my first line of code, a
Uh-huh.
plus b plus x plus y. Now, a
Yes.
plus b. So if I
Integers.
say here a plus b plus x plus y. Okay, now when always my code runs from left to right, always remember left to right. Always execution of code is going from left to right. Now,
Yeah.
first a plus b. Okay, when a is concatenating with the b. Now a is integer which is 100 and b is also integer which is 300. So now it becomes 300 plus x plus y.
Uh-huh.
Okay, now 300 when concatenates with 3 x. Now over x is a string and 300 is an integer.
Integer.
Now 300, which is I think so 400, sorry, 400 is now acting like string again.
Yeah.
String, because x is string, so it will act as an string.
Okay.
Then it will come as 400x. Now 400x is now a single term. Now it trying to concatenate with y. Okay, so this is also a string. This is
Yeah.
also a string. So
Yeah.
the answer will 400xy.
Mm.
Okay, which is our 400
Selenium
selenium
Training.
training, and x is selenium, y is training.
Yeah.
Okay, now if I look, so the example with the second part of code, a x plus y plus a plus b. Now we'll say x plus y plus a plus b. Now x plus y, which is selenium training. Now
Yeah.
they both are string.
String. Mm.
Okay, so they will add it together as selenium training. Now it will act with, add with, you can say
Integer.
plus a. Now a is 100,
Yes.
which is integer, but
Yeah.
selenium training is an string.
Yes.
So automatically a,
Like
which
it's
is 100, it will act as string. So it acts as selenium training,
100.
now 100. Selenium training 100
Mm-hmm.
plus, you can say plus b, which is 300. Now Selenium training 100 is string and 300 is an integer. So
Integer.
this will automatically act as integer, and after the concatenation it will come as Selenium training 100 300, which is this 100 300. Okay, now suppose if I write my code and say x plus y, then plus a plus b. So now what will happen?
plus y will be Selenium Training, and
Mm,
plus before adding to the main plus, it's already adding, right? So it will be 400. So Selenium Training 400.
yes, it will be Selenium Training 400. Okay. So because I have put brackets
Yeah,
first,
yeah.
then it will solve the brackets value first.
First, yes.
Then it will go with each other.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
Okay. So you might get errors in your scripts as well while working with the Selenium, and you might
Yeah.
get confused. So you have to be very careful while using the concatenation operator. It never
Okay,
adds up directly,
okay,
especially with the case of strings.
okay.
Okay. So till now, everything that we have discussed so far is
Mm-hmm.
present in every programming language, whether it is C Sharp, PHP, Java,
Yeah,
or Python.
yeah.
The concept remains the same
Same.
for every programming language, that how you declare the variables.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so let's move forward to the concept of loops.
Okay.
Okay, so I will make a new class. Again, add new class and name it as loops study. Okay, now again in my this I will add my main method to it. Okay, now I will just go for a simple loop. I'm writing a simple loop here, int I equal to 0, and while I is less than 10,
Mm-hmm.
I will say console dot write line I, and here I will increment the value of I by 1. Okay, now again I have to make this class as my startup class.
Mm-hmm.
Go to properties, then my loop study. Why I'm saying this to you, that always when you make the your startup class, close this. So
Yeah, yeah.
let us, why I'm doing this, suppose add again a new class, and this name it as class1.cs. Now I want this class to be my startup class.
Uh-huh, uh-huh,
Okay. Now it is being open here.
uh-huh.
Now you see class1.cs is not here.
It won't be visible. Okay.
Okay. That's why I'm asking you, I'm telling each and every person that whenever you make this, just close this
Yeah.
tab.
Okay.
Okay. So I will delete this. Okay. Now here I have make my loop study as my startup class. Now if I run my code, now it will print 0 to 9. Okay. So first of all, I will just read console dot, sorry, yeah, console dot read key. Okay. Now what I'm doing is, here is, can say this is initialization. This is my condition, and this is an implementation. Now you see over here that it prints till 9.
Uh-huh.
Why it doesn't print 10?
Because I is less than 10, right? So
So
in
if
that
I want
condition,
to print 10, what will I do?
I is less than or equal to 10.
Yes, it's a small question, but yeah, it's you are absolutely right that I have to put less than equal to 10. And now if I run my code, you see 10 is there.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you can, if suppose if I want to see that what line of code is going,
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
suppose I put a breakpoint over here, and if I execute my code, it will stop here. Now you see, I is 0. 0 is less than equal to 10.
Yeah.
So if I press F10, it will go inside this bracket.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Then after this line, you see over here, now you see over here that I becomes 1.
Yeah.
0, first is I 0. Now in this step, I becomes 1. Again, it goes for the condition that while I is less than equal to 10, 1 is less than 10. You see over there, it is true.
True. Yeah.
So it will again go inside.
Inside. Uh-huh.
Okay. So again, it will
Okay.
go.
Uh-huh.
I will press F5, F5. Now 8,
8. Okay.
9,
Go.
10. 10
Okay.
is less than equal to 10. Yes, 10 is equal
Yeah.
to one condition is true. True.
True.
Now I is 11.
Should be true.
11 is less than equal to 10. No.
No.
Okay, so it will not go inside this loop.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the helpful of breakpoints.
Okay.
Okay, so you can see what value is being printed, what value the code is using. Okay, now you see, now I will write one more loop, which is for loop,
Okay.
and I will say for int I equal to 0,
Uh-huh.
I is less than equal to 10,
Uh-huh.
and I plus plus. And I will say just console dot write line I.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Now same thing is doing here. Now
Yeah.
first of all I will comment this and I run my code. Okay. I have declared I over here, so I can't reduce. I will say
And
A. Okay. Now close this. Now it will print 0 to 10.
yeah.
So
Almost.
in your opinion, which one is better? While loop or for loop?
It's almost the same, right? Is there any difference?
Suppose if I go to my while loop, I'll just comment this. Suppose
Uh-huh.
I forgot to write this line of code.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
I forgot to write this line of code as this is now sometimes what happens in my while loop, my code is so lengthy that
I know.
when bracket is here, I
Uh-huh.
forgot to write this one.
True.
Okay. So now what will happen? You see over here,
Uh-huh.
if I execute my code, it will go in the infinity mode.
Okay.
It will never come out of this.
Okay. Loop.
It will go inside the loop because I is not incrementing. I will always remain 0 and this
Yeah.
condition will always be true.
Wait. True. True.
But in my for loop, you can say initialization,
Uh-huh.
condition,
Uh-huh.
and the incrementation all in the single line. Suppose if I suppose by mistake I have do this. Okay. Now if I execute my code, then it go in the
Yeah. Yeah.
infinite. Okay. So the thing is that I have to write this in a single line. So most of the times I can't forget because these three things, initialization, condition, and implementation, has to be there.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Okay. But in some cases, while loop is better than for loop. You will get to know that in
Which one is better?
you will get to know that which one is better in some condition.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So now suppose here in while loop I'm printing 0 to 10.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now suppose if I want to print backwards from 10 to 0,
Uh-huh.
what can I do?
Minus, I mean, like giving an integer declaration as 10 and make it as less
Okay.
than or equal to 0 and I
Here
is equal to limit.
I is
I is I think greater than or equal to 0 or less than or equal to 0 maybe.
greater than
Equal
equal
to
to
0
0
and I
and
is I minus 1
yes, I can write as
minus, yeah, yeah.
and if I execute my code, now you see it
Uh-huh.
print backwards. Now suppose if I want to print the sum of first 100
Sum of first 100 numbers.
numbers. So how can I do that?
Sum of which sum? I mean, like what
Some
meaning you
like
said?
1 plus 2, 2 plus 3. Like
Oh,
if
oh, okay, okay, okay,
okay,
okay,
I
okay.
want the 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9
Uh-huh,
and say plus 9 plus
uh-huh,
till
uh-huh.
plus 100.
Okay. I mean, we can declare another variable and adding the, I mean, we can give the
Just
condition
guide
of
me.
A plus B.
You
Okay.
can by using for loop it can be possible, but you have to
Yeah.
guide me that what will I do?
Okay, okay. Can
Hmm.
you declare another variable of integer with b is equal to maybe
Int
1,
b
0?
here. So where I have to declare
Uh,
here,
yeah,
here. Where
yeah, in the global, like
okay?
maybe, yeah,
Int
above b is equal to 0.
okay,
Okay. And once you come into the loop of for loop,
okay.
you can make it, oh, I think we can, I mean, you can make it as an integer c is equal to a plus b
Integer c
is equal to a plus
i-
b
a plus b.
b
Okay,
colon and we will be like adding the b is equal to a. I mean, like we are declaring the value of b to a. I mean, like already a value is incrementing, right? In the next line, maybe we can make
mhm.
it as b is equal to a, or I don't know how to declare, like adding the value of, I mean, like adding, providing the value of a to the b.
So this is your exercise again.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
But don't use Google if you want
No.
to. If you want to brush up your knowledge,
Uh-huh.
please don't use Google. Just do
Yeah.
it. You will
Uh-huh.
get to know that what errors are. You have breakpoint over
Okay.
here. Just put
Okay.
breakpoints over here
Okay.
and
Okay.
study it. But don't use Google if
Okay.
you want to brush up your knowledge. If you want to increase your logic,
Okay.
don't
Sure, sure.
don't use Google.
Okay.
Okay.
Done, done,
So
done.
this is your second exercise. You have
Okay.
to print the sum of first 100 numbers.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so this is your exercise again.
Okay.
So question is that where are we using this for loop in
Uh-huh.
Selenium?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so for that, suppose you have an Excel file. If I
Uh-huh.
open my Excel file,
Uh-huh.
this one,
Uh-huh.
oh, you have an Excel file.
Uh-huh.
You have your username here,
Uh-huh.
your password,
Uh-huh.
okay. Then you have your email ID,
Uh-huh.
and then you have your zip code. Suppose you
Uh-huh.
got the Excel sheet where this type of data is there.
Okay.
Okay. Now here it is something written over here, something written over here, something written over here, something written over here. This is
Uh-huh.
your can say uh, first row. This is your column name. So
Uh-huh.
something is written over here, something written over here, something written over here, and something written over here. Okay. Now you will get this data like this. You get this data.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now I will make use of for loop that I will read each and every cell data by using the for loop.
Okay.
I will get the number of rows, then the number of columns inside loop,
Uh-huh.
for loop, and I will iterate through each cell
Okay.
and pass my data to my test cases.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Okay, this way for loop is useful.
Okay.
Okay, now moving to our next topic, which
Uh-huh.
is arrays.
Okay.
Okay, I will make a can say new class at new class and name it as array study. Okay, and again my main method with now you see that suppose I have a can say string username
Uh-huh.
here, like it can be anything. Then I have string password and it can be anything. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Then again string email.
Uh-huh.
Then it can be you can say anything. You can say AFD@gmail.com, and I have then my zip code, which is in integer format.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Zip code. Then it can be anything. So now sometimes what happened? You have a lot of data. This is a little bit of data. Suppose you
Uh-huh.
got 100 fields.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so how you can store these values? For this, you have a 2D array.
Okay. 2D array. Okay.
Okay, now if I, yeah, here, arrays like this, it has got, this is an array, and it has got, you can say, rows and columns.
Okay.
And columns must be like the number of parameters. Like I have now four parameters. The first is username,
Mm-hmm.
then password,
Password.
then can say email and then my zip code.
Okay.
Okay, now the here, if I go to my code, this username xxx, it can be here. Then password, this one, it will store here. Then email ID, fd@gmail.com,
Mm-hmm.
and last my zip code. So
Okay.
another thing, another you can say another data can be added, like if I say by password is something like this, and mail ID is like the rate gmail.com. Oh, sorry, you can say qw at the rate yahoo.com, or any zip code. So
Okay.
you can store as much data as you want, but there is only single array, and the number of columns is like number of parameters, and number of rows is like your data. If you have 100 data, you can have 100 rows over here.
Okay.
If you have 10 data, you have 10 rows over here.
Okay.
Okay. In the future, we will read data from Excel and put it in the arrays.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So how to declare an array? This is string x equal to new string and 3 comma 4. Okay.
Okay.
If I say, yeah, 3 comma 4. 3 is number of rows and 4 is
Okay.
number of columns.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Again, I will say most of the people get confused that 3 is number of rows
Mm.
and 4 is number of columns.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if I can say, if I want to get the length of this string array, I
Mm-hmm.
can do it by, can say console dot write line, and I will say x dot get length, and my 0, which is, can say row length is in a zeroth or zero dimension. Okay, same way I can get the number of columns by 1, getting the, this will get the number of columns and get the number of rows, and by this I can go inside my loop and give it like as suppose if I go for this 4 int h equal to 0, and say h is less than, now I'm first going iterating through my rows, which is x dot get length 0 and h plus plus. Okay. Now, and inside this I can write it like 4 int y equal to 0 again, and
Mm-hmm.
y is less than, now you'll get the number of columns, and y plus plus,
Mm-hmm.
and inside this I can write as console dot right line x h y. Okay, this will what will this do? First, it will iterating through my can say first it will iterating through each row,
Uh-huh.
then it will iterating through each column. I will go suppose here it's three, then it will go for this first loop for this, then
Mhm.
inside this it will go one by one for each column. Then again when it end reading the fourth column, then it will this loop will end again this go for this loop, which is you can say starting off my second row. Again it will read the first column, then second column, then third column, then fourth column, then come out of the loop, go for the row loop, and again read these values.
Okay.
Okay, this is how we read data in our arrays.
Okay.
But the major drawback of this array, you know something about arrays or not?
I'm not every time I confuse with the arrays. I know the way you have mentioned, like it will store the values and like multiple values, but I'm not sure. That's why I'm keen of understanding the things. So yeah.
Okay, just don't get confused. It's
No,
the
I
loop inside
understood.
the
Yeah, I understood
uh,
that Excel one which you have drawn, right?
yeah,
So with that, I understood little bit that it's storing with the columns and rows.
yeah. Now, first I will look into this that how many times I want to read the rows. Suppose I know right now I know that I want to read three rows. So
Yes.
first of all, I will look for that how many times my data is there. It's for three
Uh-huh.
times. So
Yes.
first I will make this loop.
Uh-huh.
Don't
Uh-huh.
don't go for this loop. Right now this loop doesn't exist.
Okay.
Okay. You have right now you know that I want to run my data three
Mm-hmm.
times.
Okay.
So this is the basic. Now after that, I want to iterate through each cell.
Mm-hmm.
For that, I want to know that how many number of columns are there.
Okay.
Okay. So this will give me the number of columns, get length one. Length one
Okay.
is
Okay.
this is
Got you.
zero, this
Yeah,
is
that
one.
is one. Yeah.
Okay. Now there are four columns. I know there are four columns.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Every time the value will increment,
Mm-hmm.
first it will zero, then one, then two, then three. But
Uh-huh.
outside the outside loop,
Mm-hmm.
which is h, here it value of h is 0.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and when it says 0 comma 0, because now
Oh yeah.
h
Okay.
h will not change, but y will change
Yeah.
because this is inside the loop. It will go. This will go. This loop will go for this loop, and
Okay.
h will remain the same. H will remain the 0, but y will
Yes.
keep on changing.
Changing. Okay. Okay.
Okay, okay. So the h 0. Now for the first time y is 0. When y increments, h remains the 0, but
Zero.
but
Gotcha.
y will become 1. So
Okay.
this is 0 comma 1.
Uh-huh. One. Okay.
Okay, then again 0 comma 2, which
Two.
is this one.
Okay. Yeah.
0 comma 2, then 0 comma 3.
Three.
Now this loop ends. It will come out to this loop. When this loop ends, it will come out to this loop. Now h will increment to 1.
Okay. Got you.
H will increment to 1,
One
and
comma
again
zero.
it will
Comma one zero. Uh-huh.
then it y becomes 0,
Uh-huh.
then y becomes 1, but
Uh-huh.
h remains the 1, then h remains the 1, then y becomes the 2. This
Okay.
is 1 comma 0, 1 comma 1, then 1 comma 2,
Two.
then 1
One
comma
comma three.
3. Similarly, when this loops end, it will come out the my outside loop. Then h will increment to 2,
Mm-hmm.
again 0. Now this is
Yeah.
2,
Zero.
0. This is
Yeah.
2,
One.
1. So this way the loop will work.
Yeah. Yeah. Gotcha.
Okay, but just don't get confused. You will get
No,
to
no, no.
know in the coming
Yeah.
classes when we will actually read the data.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Now
Uh-huh.
the major drawback.
Uh-huh.
The major drawback of this array is
Uh-huh.
that string array, if I made the string array, it cannot hold the value for integer.
Oh, okay. Okay.
The major drawback of this array.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Okay. And the same way, if I declare integer,
Mm-hmm.
this as integer, then it will not hold the value for string.
Think. Okay. Okay.
So either it can be string, either it can be, you can say integer, either it can be, you can say bool, either it can be double. It cannot
Okay.
hold multiple data types.
Gotcha.
So this is a major drawback for this, that it cannot hold multiple
Uh-huh.
data types.
Okay.
For this, we have an object array.
Oh,
So,
okay.
okay, now how to declare an object array? Object, the name of the, can say that name of your object array, and new object. Okay, now here 3 is number of rows.
Uh-huh.
Okay, we will declare columns when we
Mm-hmm.
actually declare, we will you can say declare column one by one. We have to
Mm-hmm.
declare column every time a new column has to be declared.
Okay.
Okay, so now it's the object is an inbuilt class. If I hover over object, see class system dot object, and it
Mm-hmm.
says support sorry, all classes in the .NET class hierarchy. So
Mm-hmm.
it can hold multiple data types,
Okay.
and can say over here, and it can hold multiple data types. Interview can ask you that what is the name of that array which hold multiple data types. So we can say
Object.
object array.
Okay.
Object array is an inbuilt class. It,
Okay.
he or she can ask you that it is an inbuilt or not. You will
Okay.
say it will is an inbuilt class,
Uh-huh.
and it will hold all the data types, no matter
Okay.
what is the data type.
Okay. Gotcha.
It can be, it can hold int, string, double, bool. It can hold any data type.
Anytime. Okay.
Okay. Now, if I, you can say, if I give the number of, can say, now right now don't go into this. I will not go into this because how to declare columns. But right now, you have to just remember that there is an object array, which is an inbuilt class in C Sharp, which will hold all the data types inside it. And
Okay.
advantage of object array is that it can hold multiple data types.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
I think so till now what we have done is clear to you.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Okay,
I'll go
and
through this loop also once.
yeah, you have to now you want me to move forward or just, or should I halt here?
I think we can hold up. And I have one question, like
Yeah.
mostly how much time period it will take to complete the whole Selenium with C Sharp and with the
It
framework?
it depends on you. I can
Okay.
right now I can go on the topics one by one. It depends on
Uh,
you that you can
uh-huh.
hold that type of knowledge in one class or not.
Okay, okay. I mean,
It
like
depends only on you.
how many hours it will be per class? Any
Yeah,
like that, or it's a, like a
it's
general?
it depends on you only. If you want
Okay.
me to move forward, then I can do it right now. I
Uh-huh.
have
Uh-huh.
I have no foundations. Only depend on you.
Okay. Mostly how many hours total it will take? I mean,
But
like total
so
sessions.
if you say if the weekend class is there, I will go
Uh-huh.
for 2 hours,
Okay. Uh-huh.
minimum of 2 hours. I can
Uh-huh.
sometimes what happens that like right now we are just discussing the concept,
Yeah,
basic
yeah,
concept.
yeah. When we write
But
code
some
and
yeah, yeah, when we write the code, then it can go further beyond.
okay. With your experience, how many weeks it gonna be take? I mean, any idea? Like I'm just
Uh,
estimating the time things, that's it.
if I say, you can say, if I'm talking about hours,
Uh-huh.
mm, it will take you, if you want to do it professionally, then
Yeah, yeah.
it will take 30 hours. You can say
30
that.
hours. So almost yeah. So maybe I can mention as 2 months, right?
Mm,
Not less than
no,
that.
no, no. You, if I say it is going 6 week course, you can say that.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay,
6 weeks.
but practice is there, your
Yeah,
problems
yeah,
is
yeah.
there.
True, true.
Okay, so yeah, it will only depends on you.
Okay, gotcha, gotcha, gotcha.
Okay, so just practice it. Don't worry, I'm here for your problems. Just ask, you can discuss your
Okay,
problems with me.
okay, okay.
Okay, I will look into your code like this. I have give you two exercise today that what is the difference between string with small s, string with capital
True,
S,
true, true.
and the other is you can say print the sum of 100 numbers. But just
Mhm.
one thing, when I give you the exercise, don't look into the Google.
No, no, okay, okay, sure.
If I want you to look into Google, I will tell you that you can go for the
Yeah,
Google.
okay,
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 right
okay.
now, if that way that in the loops, you have to print the sum of first 100 number, but without
Uh-huh.
looking into the Google.
Perfect. I'll do.
You-
Uh-huh.
Okay, so we will meet tomorrow at the same time.
Yeah, yeah, sure. 9 o'clock. Yeah.
Okay, nine. It's in your nine, and here
For
it's my
9 a.m.
6:30.
EST. Yeah, 9 a.m.
Okay,
EST. Yeah.
okay, no worries. So, what is your name?
Sushma.
Sush.
Yeah.
Okay, 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 Sushma. Then my name is Abhijit. We will
Abhijit.
meet.
Yeah.
Okay, we will meet tomorrow at the same time. Hope
Sure, sure, Abhijit.
hope you
Definitely.
like the session
Yeah, yeah. I
and
really liked it. Yeah.
and my way of teaching. I think so.
Yeah, yeah. Done, done. Really liked it. And I'm just hoping to learn more concepts from you. That's it.
Okay, okay, okay. Bye. Then
Bye,
we will
bye,
meet
Abhijit.
tomorrow. Okay.
Yep, sure, Abhijit. Thank you. Bye.
Hello.